What would you do if you lost $66 million in a single night? For Tse Chi Lop, the alleged mastermind behind one of the most powerful drug cartels in history, it was nothing more than a blip on his radar of wealth. Dubbed the Asian El Chapo, Tse Chi Lop is accused of heading the Sam Gor Syndicate, a sprawling network of crime that rivals the influence and financial clout of Latin America's most infamous cartels. But who is Tse Chi Lop, and how did he rise to such legendary and shadowy heights? Let's take a dive into the video and figure out more about this mastermind. Born in 1963 in Guangzhou, China, Tse Chi Lop's early life gave no hint of the empire he would one day command. In his youth, he moved to Hong Kong, where he joined the Big Circle Boys, a triad organization founded by former members of Mao Zedong's Red Guards. Known for their ruthlessness and ingenuity, the Big Circle Boys quickly expanded their influence, with Canada emerging as a critical hub for their operations. Following this migration, Tse relocated to Toronto in 1988, blending into a new world while quietly building a name for himself in the shadows. By his mid-20s, Tse had already established himself as a rising figure in the global drug trade. He orchestrated heroin shipments from Asia to North America with precision, growing his wealth and influence while keeping his operations under the radar. His ability to stay unnoticed proved crucial in cementing his reputation within the criminal underworld. However, in 1997, Tse's quiet ascent came to an abrupt halt. Arrested in Hong Kong at the request of U.S. authorities, he was extradited to the United States to face charges of large-scale drug trafficking. With evidence stacked against him, many believed Tse would spend the rest of his life behind bars. Instead, his story took an unprecedented turn, setting the stage for an unprecedented rise in the years to come. Far from extinguishing his ambitions, his arrest would prove to be just another chapter in his criminal evolution. Defying expectations, Tse received only a 9-year prison sentence after delivering heartfelt courtroom pleas of repentance. Claiming to have turned over a new leaf, he spoke passionately about dedicating his future to family and legitimate business. However, upon his release in 2006, it became clear that these promises were little more than a smokescreen. Rather than stepping back, Tse began plotting his ascent to unprecedented levels of criminal power. In 2011, Tse registered a seemingly harmless company under his wife's name in Hong Kong, China Peace Investment Group, officially a real estate and investment firm. The company was, in reality, a cleverly disguised front for Tse's drug trafficking empire. By this time, Tse had evolved his operations into what would later be known as the Sam Gor Syndicate. This criminal powerhouse united several notorious Chinese triads, including the 14K, Wo Xing Wo, and Sun Yi On, under a single, coordinated umbrella. With his blend of strategic alliances and corporate facades, Tse turned Sam Gor into a global narcotics empire, earning billions while staying one step ahead of the authorities. What began as a series of heroin shipments had now transformed into an operation unparalleled in scale, sophistication, and reach. This collaboration was unprecedented. Historically, rival triads were known for bloody turf wars. Tse, however, persuaded them to join forces, emphasizing the immense profits that awaited a united front. His message resonated. Under Tse's leadership, the syndicate operated with the efficiency of a Fortune 500 company, leveraging a complex supply chain that spanned continents. At the heart of Tse's empire lay Myanmar's Shan State, part of Southeast Asia's notorious Golden Triangle. This region, long synonymous with the global heroin trade, became a hub for the production of synthetic drugs under Tse's control. The syndicate's super labs churned out high-quality methamphetamine on an industrial scale, shielded by rebel groups who ensured their operations went undisturbed. Tse Chi Lop's drug empire thrived on innovation and precision. His production model was both ruthless and efficient, with every detail meticulously planned. From sourcing precursor chemicals to employing highly skilled chemists, Tse ensured his operations ran like a well-oiled machine. Once produced, the drugs were smuggled in tea packaging, a method so effective it became the syndicate's signature. The financial rewards of this operation were astronomical. Tse's syndicate could produce methamphetamine for just $1,800 per kilogram, but the profits were staggering. That same kilo sold for $70,000 in Thailand, $300,000 in Australia, and as much as $588,000 in Japan. By 2018, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime estimated the syndicate's methamphetamine revenue at $8 billion annually, though some analysts believe it could be as high as $18 $18 billion. This made Tse one of the most successful drug lords in modern history. While Tse made efforts to maintain a low profile, his lavish lifestyle occasionally drew unwanted attention. A self-proclaimed high roller, Tse frequented casinos across Macau and Southeast Asia, where his extravagant gambling habits were quite legendary. He often wagered millions of dollars in a single night, sometimes losing eye-popping sums. One investigator recounted a night when Tse lost $66 million, a staggering amount for most, but a mere drop in the ocean of his vast fortune. Outside the casinos, Tse's life was no less lavish. He celebrated birthdays at five-star resorts, traveled by private jet, and surrounded himself with an entourage of bodyguards, often professional Muay Thai fighters. These displays of wealth raised eyebrows among law enforcement, who began to suspect the scale of his operations. Tse Chi Lop's downfall began with an unexpected slip-up in Myanmar in 2016. A jittery smuggler caught at an airport with a shipment of drugs inadvertently opened the floodgates for investigators. His arrest led authorities to a clandestine tea packaging facility, where they uncovered a ton of methamphetamine and ketamine. But the real breakthrough came from the smuggler's phone, a digital goldmine of incriminating evidence. Photos, texts, and videos revealed critical details about the syndicate's operations and connections. Amid the trove of information was a trail leading directly to Tse himself. Law enforcement agencies around the globe began piecing together a complex web linking Tse to massive drug shipments across Australia, New Zealand, and other regions. The evidence painted a damning picture of the man at the helm of the Sam Gor Syndicate, one of the largest drug empires in history. Despite the mounting pressure, Tse managed to stay one step ahead, constantly on the move and shielded by layers of security. He remained a ghost, always just out of reach, yet the cracks in his once impenetrable empire had started to show, setting the stage for an international manhunt that would eventually bring him down. Tse Chi Lop's elusive run came to an abrupt end on January 22, 2021, when Dutch authorities arrested him at Amsterdam's Schiphol airport at the request of Australian police. The dramatic apprehension was the culmination of years of meticulous international collaboration, finally catching the man believed to be behind the world's most powerful drug empire. Why was Tse, a figure who had evaded capture for decades, traveling alone and without protection? Some speculate he was lulled into a false sense of security by his low-profile strategy, assuming it made him invisible to authorities. Others suggest treachery within his own ranks, perhaps a calculated betrayal by associates looking to save themselves. Now, Tse awaits extradition to Australia, where he faces serious drug trafficking charges with the potential for life imprisonment. Yet, his arrest leaves critical questions unanswered. Can the Sam Gor Syndicate, likened to a multinational corporation in its scale and efficiency, continue without its mastermind? And how will his removal from the scene reshape the global drug trade? As authorities continue to dismantle the remnants of Tse's empire, one thing is certain: his name will be remembered alongside the likes of Escobar and Guzman. Yet, unlike his Latin American counterparts, Tse's rise and fall remain shrouded in mystery, a testament to his enigmatic nature. Tse's story is a chilling reflection of the challenges posed by transnational crime. Under his leadership, the syndicate used globalization to its advantage, flooding international markets with methamphetamine and other narcotics, all while shrouding its operations in layers of secrecy. The fallout of his arrest is yet to be fully understood, but it serves as a sobering reminder of the devastating toll such enterprises take on communities around the world. Thanks for diving into the wild world of Tse Chi Lop with us. What do you think? Was he a criminal genius, or did his luck just run out? Do you think the syndicate will crumble without him, or is there another Kingpin waiting in the wings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, why not join us for more? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss another deep dive into the most jaw-dropping tales the world has to offer. Until next time, stay curious and stay adventurous. See you soon!